Good morning once again. Welcome back to my channel. I am doing another pregnancy line progression video today, and I'm also going to give you guys an update on how my appointment went yesterday, and I'll share all the news on that and what the plan is moving forward. So let's go ahead and get this test opened up and let it start developing, because it does take a little while, I have noticed, and then I'll chat to you guys about what happened in my appointment yesterday. Alright, so at this point I'm hoping that I get a stronger line on these tests, or I am definitely considering continuing my line progression with a different test, because I am not sure if my HCG is just rising slower than usual, or these tests are just not getting darker for me, they're just stalling out. So I went to my appointment yesterday. It was just a pregnancy confirmation appointment at my OB. I actually had the same doctor that saw me when I had my miscarriage. I really like her. I had a different doctor when I gave birth to my other two kids, but for my miscarriage I saw her and she was really sweet and caring. I remember she gave me a big hug when I had the miscarriage, and she told me about a loss that she had way later in pregnancy that I had, and it made me feel good. It made me feel like she actually cared, like she actually had feelings, and I really like her. So I think I'm going to continue going there, but we will see what happens. So I took their urine test that they give you. It's just like a cheapie similar to this. It did come out positive, but the only thing that I felt kind of uncomfortable with that's going through was that the doctor said it was faint. I didn't get to see the test that they gave me, and I don't know if she meant it was faint for how far along I'm supposed to be, or if it's faint like compared to what she usually sees when people come to the office. I'm not really sure what she meant by it, but she said it did come out positive, but that it wasn't that dark, and that she's going to do blood work. And she definitely understood all the risks with my ectopic, that I could have an ectopic pregnancy since I've had the tubal ligation. So she definitely took that into urgency. She gave me a blood test, which hoping that I get results on that today. She wants to track my HCG levels for sure. And then I have to go back on Thursday, 48 hours later, to take another blood test to track HCG and see if it has doubled since yesterday's test. So she said if it has doubled, that is really good news, that the baby is in the correct spot. But we are getting an ultrasound next Wednesday. I am so excited. She literally said, go to the front office when you check out and tell them that you want the quickest ultrasound possible. The office I go to actually has 5 locations. She said no matter where it is, just take the first appointment available, and they had one for next Wednesday. So we only got to wait about a week for our first ultrasound, and that's going to be a viability ultrasound. But in the meantime, she is going to track my HCG levels every 48 hours to make sure that they are doubling. So she took my blood tests yesterday. I won't know the results maybe till today. At some point today, hopefully they call me with the levels, and then I have to go back Thursday to make sure that the levels have doubled. If they have not doubled, she wants me to go again on Saturday, but I didn't tell her that I wouldn't be able to go on Saturday because I do have that event that I'm supposed to be selling at. It's already paid for and booked, and we've been preparing all this stuff for, so I'm not going to miss that. But we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that they do double and I don't have to schedule any more at all. So let's continue to let this sit while I keep talking to you guys. She did also give me a pelvic exam just to make sure that I wasn't spotting. I did mention to her that I spotted on day 14, 15, and I think 16 DPO. So she was concerned about that, but she checked me to make sure I had no blood or spotting yesterday at my appointment, and I had none. So she said that that sounds like implantation spotting or implantation bleeding. So if all goes well, that's all that was, because I haven't been spotting anymore after that. But that is the plan moving forward. We're going to wait and see our blood results for yesterday's blood test, go back in on Thursday, take another blood test, and pray to God that they have doubled, so that way I don't have to keep going back for more blood testing. She said if the HCG seems to be like stalling out or not doubling properly, that is when we'd continue testing. I also told her to check my progesterone. I'm not sure if she really paid attention to me too much. I told her I was taking progesterone cream. She asked me why and what kind, so I told her, and she didn't really say nothing else after that. She was writing down the dates that she wanted me to schedule my next blood work and all of that. So she didn't really say whether to stop taking the progesterone or to keep going. So I'm just going to keep taking it, because progesterone cream has helped me in the past with spotting really early in my pregnancy. So, and she didn't say not to, but she is supposed to be checking for my progesterone level in the blood test. So I guess we'll see what the level is on that, because maybe if it's too high, then I should probably go ahead and stop the cream. If it still seems low, then they'll look into putting me on higher dose of progesterone. But yeah, I feel okay about the appointment. I don't know like what's gonna happen. We really won't know until next Wednesday on the ultrasound. I didn't like how she said that my tests were faint. I didn't get to see the test. I don't know what kind they used, but it made it sound like my test should be darker for being around this time. She said I would be around 5 weeks. I have an estimated due date of December 19, 2022, which is pretty cool because my husband and I's wedding anniversary is December 20th, and so is his birthday. So a due date of December 19 is also an exciting time because it's around Christmas and it's just perfect timing. So she said I was about 5 weeks, and during my ultrasound next Wednesday I would be like freshly 6 weeks. She did say if I take my ultrasound next week and we don't see anything, that she will schedule another ultrasound after that just to make sure. So she said don't worry if they don't see anything, but she says by 6 weeks we should be able to see a little flutter of a heartbeat. So we're just putting all our faith in God. He has brought us all this way. It's not going to be for nothing. I know it's not. One phrase or Bible verse that keeps coming up in my head is faith of a mustard seed, and that is what we need to have as believers, as Christians. We need to have just the faith of a small tiny little mustard seed, and God can literally move mountains with that little bit of faith. So imagine what he can do when you have a lot of faith bigger than a mustard seed. I believe God has healed my body and healed the damage that I've done by getting the tubal ligation in the first place. And I've always regretted that tubal ligation. I feel like God heard that and God felt that for me. And he knew that he wanted me to experience having more kids and being able to raise more kids for him, because that is what we're doing at the end of the day. We're raising kids for God and raising them up to be believers and all of that. So I'm going to continue line progression for the sake of my own sanity. I've been seeing the lines get darker, but I don't know if it's these tests or not. They just don't seem to be getting close to the control line. So I don't know if I'm going to keep, I still have a couple left, so I'll keep testing with them, but I don't know if I should get another test that might be a little bit better to track the progression. But we will really know with the HCG levels. We'll be able to see what my numbers are and if they are doubling. No matter what the numbers are, as long as they're doubling, she said it's good news. But at the end of the day, Wednesday will be the day that we find out whether this pregnancy is in the correct location, whether this pregnancy is progressing how it's supposed to be, and whether it's viable. So all fingers crossed for that day. It's only a week away, but it feels so far away already. So that is today's test, and that is what went on in yesterday's appointment. Don't really have any answers right now, but I am feeling hopeful. I am feeling confident. As long as I am not feeling any pain, discomfort, and spotting, I am trusting and believing in God, and that this baby is embedded in the perfect spot in my uterus, and it's going to grow completely healthy and full term. Because I feel like at this point with my miscarriage, I was already spotting for a while, and it only got darker from there, and I was cramping a lot. I would feel pain when I would lay on my stomach. I would feel pain on the left side. And this pregnancy, I have not felt anything at all. I mean, I felt pregnancy symptoms. I have off and on breast soreness, not too much though. I've had nausea. I get nausea around, like instead of in the morning, I get it around lunchtime. And obviously the lines have been getting darker, but not sure if they are progressing like they're supposed to be. And I just feel good about it. I don't feel any pain. I feel a couple twinges every now and then. It's never on any or side. It's like on both sides. It takes turns. So I feel like that's just uterus stretching pains and twinges. If I was feeling them on only one central location, then I would be worried. And like I said, no spotting at all after those first couple of days. So to me, I feel like this is a pregnancy in the right location. But at the end of the day, we will get the complete answer on Wednesday during my ultrasound. So I'm going to put this on my notebook. So yeah, at this point, I don't know if it's just these tests or if it's just me not progressing enough, but I don't feel like these lines have gotten darker the past couple days. So today is, I started writing them on here because I was running out of space on the right side. Today should be 23 DPO. She also did say what a couple people have said on my comments, that I might have ovulated later, so I'm actually not as far as along as I think. That could be a possibility of why my lines aren't darker yet, but there's definitely been a line progression so far. I just don't know why they're not getting any darker. So we'll just wait and see. I kind of want to grab some more of the blue dye, clear blue, or maybe order more of these pink dyes. I want to see the difference because you see how dark these were, and that was back in 17, 18, and 19 DPO. I'm curious to see how dark these would be now, where these just, I don't know, they've just kind of stalled out. And I'm praying that that's not my HCG stalling out. Hopefully it's just the test. So I will keep you guys updated as soon as I get my results for my blood work. I'm hoping that today I would get them. I'm not sure how long the office usually takes to get them back because they have to send it out to a lab somewhere else. So probably in tomorrow's update, I'll have the answers on that HCG level. And then I go back Thursday. So there's the update for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am praying for all of you who are TTCing. I hope that you get to see some positive tests very soon, and this year I hope that God grants your wish on whatever it is that you want, and that God grants you answers to all of your questions and answers to just all of your prayers that I know you guys have been doing. Remember, faith of a mustard seed, that is all you need. God can heal, God can make miracles happen, God can reverse things, He can do anything it is, as long as it's His will for you and your family. Alright, I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night for those who are in different countries and you're actually watching this at nighttime.